Doesn't like to fruit or flower. If you made a major root pruning, it would take a couple, 3 years to recover. Hi, I'm miltonchang of Bonsaiheirloom. It's kind of a cool autumn day. So today I have a few Q&A, and before that I want to remind you to click like if you think I'm informative to encourage me to do more. And subscribe to our channel and tell a friend about our channel. I want to grow the Bonsaiheirloom community to have a really nice group to provide us feedback and so forth. And finally, please send us your email address. So if you ever order material, I can respond to your questions more appropriately to your zone. The first email was rather long, actually 3 parts, and let me break it up into the 3 parts. One is really talking about shaping, that's really all about shaping the tree. He actually extrapolated to styling a tree to the formation of a river meanders through the landscape. That may be a little bit of a over extrapolation because in the land there are different rocks and stuff to redirect the flow. Whereas in trees, it's generally guided by the principle that the new branch follow the sunlight. And so if you clip it where the bud is, the bud will shoot out based on trying to follow the sunlight. Actually, several questions are all related to styling the bonsai. So again, you have a sapling, you grow it, you cut it, and then of course all the branches will come out on the side, and then they became more and more branching as you cut it and shape it. But what I suggest is to let the bottom branch grow longer so that it will thicken more. Generally, the more leaves, the more thickening it will get. Then you have a kind of a shorter tree with the apex, second apex starting to form, but it began to look very cluttered. A better way to do it is to cut off a good part of the excess branch and leave a little stub and peel the bark to make it into a chin, so that later on you can always cut it all off. But if you leave it, you can use the chin as a way of shaping the tree to make it look old. So that's really about it. And about the apex is that once you cut off the top, there are all kinds of growth coming out to be at the top. And if you look at trees, most of them has kind of a well-formed top or single or multiple branching. So you just clip off the excess branching to decide on the design you want to have the top either as a straight up and branching, or you can cut it off, make several 3 or 4 branches and as a little canopy, a beginning of a canopy on the top. So designing bonsai is really simple. You can take a ordinary sapling and encourage to form side branches. But once the side branches form, you begin to see that maybe this tree is coming up this way and here's a side branch. Why don't I tilt it this way? So this could be a slanted trunk, and then the tree is now growing a little turn. And if you keep doing that, conceptually, you don't actually have to turn it, but you select a branch that will do the turning. And someday when you plant it the right way, then everything will be in place with all the turning. And that's what I do. All my trees are formed that way. They all started with a upright tree, but then you see the design opportunity and add features to it. I call it a vignette to make it attractive to your eyes, and then I also made a very big thing about forming a vision of what you wanted to do, and then work towards that. Anything outside of the design criteria of the vision, you clip it off. The next question actually is interesting. One of the things I emphasize is that define a vision and then work towards a vision. But to that, I will add the following. When you have a vision, when you study the tree, And next time when you repot it or when you look at it, you have a different idea. You form a different vision, which is actually usually means an improvement of the original vision that you have seen. And so the secret is to have a vision at any one time, but let the vision evolve as you see more opportunities. And sorry to bring myself up again. When I first went to college, my only goal is to be able to find a steady job to have a comfortable living. But if I stick to that, I would have gone nowhere, right? So in that sense, as you grow, as the tree matures, you see more opportunities. By all means, evolve, let your vision evolve so that you can get to a better and better tree in time. Have fun. This is, I think, good life advice from thinking about bonsai as well. So think about it, have fun with your bonsai. The next one is that about leaving the tree in the ground. If you plant it in the ground, that is easiest to grow to thicken the branch and grow the trees quicker. On the other hand, when you dig it up, you do have a setback. And also it is a little hard to shape the tree in the ground because you may have to turn the tree to see the possibilities. So I think for most of us, unless you have a tremendous number of trees, planting an oversized pot, don't always plant in a small pot. I have examples where I planted a bonsai in put a tree in a bonsai pot versus growing a similar tree in a nursery pot. The other one is 5 times bigger. The one in a bonsai pot never grows really much. So with that in mind, then I would say grow it in a oversized nursery pot. And if you have to reposition it, it's easy to take it out, shake it back into the trunk pot at the right angle, and you can pretty soon have the twists and turns by turning the tree, reorient the tree. So that's how you would be able to see better how to trim the tree to get to the ultimate vision that you have for the tree. The next one is I bought a pomegranate recently and would really appreciate how to grow pomegranate. Well, pomegranate is really a very hardy tree, very drought tolerant, although given more water, I believe, will have more chance of fruiting and flowering and fruiting. I also found it doesn't like to fruit or flower. If you made a major root pruning, it would take a couple, 3 years to recover. Aside from that, keep it watered and lots of fertilizer, full sun, hot climate. It should grow very rapidly and give you fruits and flower at the same time. There's several kinds of pomegranate for you to consider. One is a dwarf pomegranate. Some of the dwarf pomegranate has a nice way of twisting in the bark, although that would take many years. Someday I would make a really twisting pomegranate available for you. Then there's the dwarf pomegranate, which is small, forming fruits about this size. They can flower a lot, but tend to fruit more towards the autumn time, in a sense of late summertime. And then there's the big fruiting kinds. There are many tens of varieties that you can buy for fruits. The wonderful variety is very big. The standard beautiful red one, but it's a little sour. And then there are lighter color ones that are actually very sweet. And actually, Mr. Resnick, a fellow trustee at Caltech, he's the owner of Palm, has many farms growing pomegranate for juice. So again, enjoy your pomegranate. It has very nice bark feature, and the wood is very durable. It doesn't rot, so you don't have to worry and you can form a much gin and sherry to make it look interesting. So have fun with it. And this one is that, where do I get good pots? Well, there are many pot manufacturers. Most of them are quite beautiful in their own right. although not very many are really very strong. They are potteries and they break easily, they crack. The ones that I really like, well, you know, the ultimate durable pots and pans are made out of porcelain, but they are usually white and shiny. Not can be appropriate ones can be used for bonsai, but it's hard to drill holes in it. But finally, is that the most notable ones are from Japan and from China. The Japanese emulate the Chinese ones. The best ones are from Yixing, and even that comes in very many different grades in terms of the clay they use. The best is a special kind of quote-unquote purple clay, which is really a dark brown color pot. And some of the desirable quality fine clay are used to make teapots in Yixing, and a good one can cost thousands of dollars by a craftsman. But we source our bonsai pots from Yixing by being very selective and working with the kiln to get the pots, desirable pots that we want, and putting the logo and patent design, patent pending, and all that. Same designation on the pot. So stay tuned. We will make bonsai pots available to you in time, and we actually have a patented feature for the bonsai pots to keep the root ball hydrated. You will like that. You will find that very useful when you want to go on vacation and so forth. Well, that's all for today's Q&A. Again, click like. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to our channel, tell a friend, and send us your mailing address so that we can notify you of product availability, because quantities will be very limited. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day, and talk to you again next week.